Saturday, January 2nd, 2016. Derek Davis here with Rob Vino, sportsbettingtoday.us, and Rob Vino Sports. Rob, 4 games on the card today, college football card that is. Let's start here with game 273, 274, Penn State and Georgia, 12 p.m. Eastern kickoff in this one, the early game, the TaxSlayer Bowl from Jacksonville, Florida. Rob, Georgia -6 and a total of 44 in this one. Georgia opened as a 7-point favorite with a total of 43. Weather-wise in Jacksonville should be cloudy, humid, high 60 or excuse me, mid 60s for this one. Rob, light winds 6 to 8 miles per hour from the northwest. Of course, Georgia here without their head coach. Mark Richt was fired. He's taken the job at the University of Miami. The Bulldogs ended the season with 4 wins. Still got fired. 3-1 against the spread during that time, but of course lost to Florida, lost to Tennessee, and lost to Alabama. At the University of Georgia, it seems like losses like that count twice, Rob, to the fans. And the Bulldogs were fairly disappointing in the middle of the season. At one point, were 0-5 versus the spread from the Southern game all the way through the Florida game. But fresh start here regardless for the Bulldogs. New coaching staff coming in with Kirby Smart rather. So this Georgia Bulldog staff is just kind of playing it out for fun while their wives search the real estate ads, the want ads, looking for new jobs. Penn State, Rob, on the other hand, losers of their last 3 straight up and against the spread. The Nittany Lions were downright awful this year against the spread, 4-8, Rob. But with a month to prepare, James Franklin and his staff have a chance here. But they're going to have to get better play from that defense, Rob.
This TaxSlayer Bowl matchup is interesting because you've got coaching issues on both sides of both sidelines here. For Georgia, you went through the fact that Mark Richt is now going off to Miami of Florida. That's left Brian McClendon, wide receivers coach, to be the head coach for this game. But Brian McClendon is out the door. He's heading to South Carolina to be the co-offensive coordinator there. So you wonder how much interest has been put into this game by the Georgia coaching staff. Obviously, McClendon wants to uh, make a make a pretty good mark for himself in this instance as head coach, but I think it would be more toward Kirby Smart's benefit, the new head coach at Georgia, to see exactly what Georgia has talent wise. You don't know what the offense is going to be next year with Smart bringing his people in. So for Georgia, they've got their issues as far as coaching is concerned. But with Penn State, a new offensive coordinator here, interim offensive coordinator here, as Ricky Ronnie will be doing the play calling for Penn State. And it's interesting because Ronnie has said that he wants the team to play with more swagger in this game. Probably going to try and feature Christian Hackenberg in the passing game a little bit more because the new offensive coordinator here at Penn State for 2016 is going to be Joe Moorhead. Joe Moorhead was the head coach at Fordham the past 3 years, and for those who follow FCS football, Fordham's a wide open, pass oriented team. So I think some of the stuff that we're going to see in 2016, they'll try to put a little bit of that in here today with Ronnie calling the plays, but Moorhead going to entirely scrap the offense for the 2016 season. And I would expect Penn State next year to be more of a passing style team. Joe Moorhead, also quarterbacks coach for UConn back in 2011, but his entire career as a coach is basically you might say that he's an offensive guy, more toward the passing game. He's a passing game coordinator. He's been a skill position coach, head coach, where he ran, like I say, pass style offense at Fordham. So more of a wide open offensive coordinator for Penn State next year. I think that's what James Franklin's looking to get to. We may see some of that here today. Regardless of the coaching changes here, I think both of the best units on the field today will be the defensive units. It shows up in the total on this game, obviously a low number Penn State, or excuse me, Georgia opened here -7, now bet down to -6. Um, to me, it looks like a field goal type game, nip and tuck, low scoring. Played in Jacksonville, Florida, where they had some rain. I don't think rain's going to hinder anything today. You went through the weather report earlier. Doesn't seem like rain's going to be an issue. Field might be a hair bit wet. But you look for the defenses to probably be the best units on the field. I can understand why people would play under. Big Ten SEC matchup. We've seen multiple results when these two conferences have met here during this postseason. Some good for the SEC, some good for the Big Ten. Um, so I don't think there's much to gauge with there. Each of these bowl games is its own separate entity. I think that under the total is probably a good look here in this game. And for the underdog side, Penn State, we'll see if Hackenberg can make a play or two through the passing game to help Penn State spring an upset. Just don't know where Georgia's mindset is for this one right now. I know they're playing for the new head coach, Kirby Smart. Everybody wants to look good for him. But just seems to be a little more coaching turmoil on the Georgia side than on the Penn State side.